Hiring a social media expert can feel like a total gamble, right? I mean, how do you find someone who's actually going to transform your online presence? Well, in this explainer, we're going to give you the exact framework to make the right choice. So, does this look familiar? You're putting in the work, you're posting, you're trying to engage, but your growth has just hit a wall. It is such a common frustration for so many businesses. But trust me, it is definitely not a dead end. The right expert can be an absolute game changer, but finding them, that takes a real strategy. We're going to walk through the crucial questions that separate the true strategists from just, the casual posters. That way, you can make a hire that delivers actual results. Okay, first things first, let's get super clear on what a good consultant really does because, spoiler alert, it's so much more than just scheduling a few posts a week. A true social media consultant wears a ton of hats. They're a strategist, a creative, and an analyst, all rolled into one. They don't just post randomly. They start with your core business goals and then build a social media plan designed specifically to hit them. So here's the key difference. Anybody can just throw content out there, like paper airplanes into the wind and hope for the best. A true consultant, though, they understand the why behind every single post. They use data to create content that actually connects, and they engage with your community to build a loyal following. They're a strategic partner, not just a content scheduler. All right, so you're ready to start interviewing. How do you find the real experts in the crowd? Well, it all comes down to asking the right questions. Start with this one. It's essential. You're not just asking for a list of their past jobs. You're looking for proof that they can build and nurture a vibrant online community from the ground up. So what should you be listening for in their answer? Well, they should be talking about platforms that are actually relevant to your business. They need to get into the specific strategies they use to drive engagement, not just vague ideas. And most important, they have to connect those strategies to real, tangible results for their past clients. Next up, you've got to figure out what they can actually create. I mean, social media is a visual world, and a one-size-fits-all approach to content just doesn't cut it anymore. Their answer here tells you everything about how well they understand modern content. You want to hear them talking about a diverse content mix. A great consultant knows that video is king on most platforms, but they also get how to use things like educational carousels or sharp infographics to make complicated info easy to digest. A candidate who can create a bunch of different formats is a huge asset. This question. This is where you peel back the curtain on their actual process. You're trying to figure out if they have a structured, professional workflow or if they're basically just winging it. An organized process is absolutely key. Look, a professional workflow is non-negotiable. It should always start with strategy and data. From there, it moves into the creative part, and then it's followed by meticulous scheduling, with a content calendar. The final stage is launching and actively managing the campaigns. This kind of structure is the sign of a real pro. So once you have someone in place, how do you measure success? It's all about looking past those vanity metrics like likes and focusing on the numbers that actually move the needle for your business. First up is the engagement rate. This metric tells you how much your audience is actually interacting with your stuff. We're talking likes, comments, shares, and saves. A high engagement rate means your content is really hitting the mark, not just getting scrolled past. Okay, follower growth is important, sure, but quality beats quantity every single time. A good consultant is focused on attracting followers who are genuinely interested in your brand, people who might actually become customers, not just boosting numbers with bots. Now we're getting to the stuff that really drives business. The click-through rate, or CTR, is simple. It measures what percentage of people who see your post actually click the link. This is a direct sign of how good your social media is at sending traffic to your website. And finally, the ultimate metric, the conversion rate. This tracks how many of those clicks actually turn into something you want, like a sale, a sign-up, or a download. This is where you see the direct return on your investment. Okay, before you make that final decision, let's just cover a few practical things to make sure you're totally ready to move forward. Understanding cost is obviously essential. You're going to see a couple different pricing structures. Freelancers, they often charge by the hour, which can be flexible. Agencies, on the other hand, usually offer monthly packages that bundle a bunch of services together, and those costs can vary a lot depending on what you need. And this is a big one. You have to manage your expectations on timing. Social media growth is a marathon, not a sprint. The first month is all about strategy and planning. You should start seeing a real lift in engagement within 3 to 6 months, with true ROI becoming much clearer after that 6-month mark. Ultimately, just remember this. Hiring the right consultant can totally transform your online presence and grow your business. It's not just another expense, it's an investment in your brand's voice and how it connects with your audience. So, as you go into this whole process, the final question isn't just about hiring a consultant, it's about choosing a partner. Who are you going to trust to tell your brand's story to the world?